slightly sprung on me. I thought I had several glasses of wine and a fair amount of food to pluck up enough courage to get up. But in the words of a very well-known television presenter, Dave Frost, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'd especially like to thank people who have come a very long way to be with us this evening. Those people are Chris and Trish Carter, Jules, Tim and Logan, Xavier and Marianne Yes, over from France, Kate and Feather from Dubai, and of course to everybody who has taken the trouble to come along and be with us today to enjoy this very special occasion. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Arthur, only slightly nervous, and I'm the father of the bride. For those of you who do know me and knew that I was going to say a few words today, thank you for still deciding to come. When it comes to important events like this, I find I get a bit nervous. My hand shakes a bit, my heart beats a little bit faster, my palms get a little bit sweaty, all the lovely attributes. And you sort of think about, why am I doing this? Why did I volunteer? Why did I ask? Well, Dad, too late now, you're married, you know. Now, I'm not very good at social speeches. I like business presentations, but not very good at social speeches, so I needed some advice. And luckily, I was given some advice by a very sound source. And it was, keep it short, Dad, no wise cracks. Now, it's quite strange to be here with everybody like this on such an occasion. For those of you who don't know me, I've spent about 46 odd years in business, and giving things away has never come naturally to me. So when it came to giving my daughter away, which I was instructed that I was to do, you can imagine that it caused me a bit of concern to start with. But another bit of advice was to think of it as getting a son-in-law for free. And I feel much more comfortable with that. Yes, Dan, you are a real winner. Not only have you gained an active, excitable, sometimes rather wild, definitely goes off on her own track, doesn't tidy up after her very well, disappears without notice, dog called Evie, as well as my wonderful, intelligent and beautiful daughter, as well as a whole load of new relations, which I'm sure is what you really wanted. It's been said that parents live their lives through their children, helping them and encouraging them to do things that perhaps they haven't been able to do for themselves. And I'm proud and happy to say that Becky has not only fulfilled that role in very many ways, but exceeded it. You are a wonderful daughter, with strength and determination, and sometimes a bright and zany sense of humour, but always witty and funny, quick-witted, and in my experience, a hard-working, intelligent and productive person to work alongside. I admire you and love you. Yes, you can be emotional sometimes, but that's not all bad, is it? Because with that comes the balance. She's sympathetic, supportive, loyal and kind. Did I mention that Tim, Jules and Logan came over from America as well? I didn't, did I? I'm sorry. Thank you for coming. I did. Oh, yeah, I can't even remember what I wrote now. Now, traditionally, the father of the bride, from his vast experience, is supposed to give the newly married couple some advice. Now, I know my daughter quite well, and as Andy Hickford hinted, she is a strong-willed person. So I've decided not to give her any advice this time. No more. Dan, I don't know you, sir. And I sort of wonder whether Andy Hickford was going to mention Daniel in the Lion's Den for his talk. But even though I don't know you very well, I have observed you from afar on a number of occasions. And what I can tell you that I've observed about Dan is that he loves and cares for Becky in a way that I find very heartwarming. I'm not going to give you any advice, because knowing how to make Becky happy, which you do, is all you need to know as far as I'm concerned, as your father. What I would like to say is what is often mentioned at weddings like this. Laugh a lot, live a lot, love a lot. So, it's my final duty and great honour to propose a toast to my daughter and new son-in-law. So would you please stand and join with me in the toast to the bride and groom.